Hey Lillian. Hey Gabe. Wait till a few more people. Oh, I hate when I'm looking for somebody on Instagram. Oh, really? I need to go get me a new phone. Hey, Sundrop, you made it today, huh? Oh, okay, Michelle. Yeah, we were on last night around this same time. I've been lazy, but looks like it may not be that I'm lazy. So if you guys don't see me tomorrow, I will probably be in the hospital because I got an email from my doctor that, okay, you have to. I got an email from my doctor that I need to come in and do some blood work. And I guess the last blood work that I did um, wasn't good. So they're repeating that, I guess. And he already told me that my calcium levels are very low. So if my calcium levels are low, then I'm pretty sure they're going to keep me and give me some calcium, which is normal for people who have, well, it's been normal for me since they removed my thyroid. Since I had a complete thyroidectomy, I've been having a lot of problems keeping my calcium levels normal and my thyroid levels normal. So, but if it comes to that, I will let you guys know on the community tab. I'll let you guys know on the community tab what's going on. I'm going early in the morning to get the blood work done and get it out the way. And the results shoot to your doctor um, as soon as they come out, and then I'm pretty sure if it's something really serious, I'm pretty sure he will shoot me an email and be like, "Okay, go back up there, and get you some calcium." I mean, I've had this happen before. My calcium levels have been really low. I think when they give you a bag of calcium, it's like 2 hours or something. The infusion is like 2 hours. And if my blood level and iron levels are low, they normally do the same thing. Unfortunately, I have had to have a blood transfusion before because I do have the sickle cell trait. So I'm hoping it's not everything. I'm hoping it's just one thing. I'm hoping it's just my calcium and I can go in and do that, 2 hours or whatever, and then I can come home. I hope it's not all the things, because if it's all the things, like if it's blood, calcium, iron, then they admit you, because receiving blood is a long process. If you're not dying on the operating table, when they just give you a blood transfusion, they push it slow. So it's a long process, unfortunately. But if that's what it takes to make me feel better, because I have been feeling like really sluggish, and I was like, okay, something's going on. because I was feeling more sluggish than usual. So just in case I'm not here tomorrow, y'all, that's what happened. Um, but I'm gonna let you know. So just watch the community tab tomorrow, and um, I will put on there what happened. And if you don't see me all day tomorrow, then you know. Okay, she got to be in the hospital. Maybe my husband will do a video and be like, "Yeah, almost in the hospital, child. She up in there doing card readings for the nurse. She done took every crystal she owned and she up there doing card readings for the nurses and stuff. Because I'm not going to be up there bored to death. That I'm definitely not going to do. So, thank you, Pamela. Pamela be out here. Pamela, I left you a message on the community tab that if you wanted a private reading, you could have emailed me, and you didn't respond to that, did you? If you did, I didn't see it. I was probably asleep. Because I tried to. Did I check my community? I don't know, John. No, you didn't respond. So if you want a private reading, I'm going to put my email in the... And if anyone wants a private reading, you don't want, your information here, you can always email me and we can go from there. Let me put my email in the... Is that my email? You in the hospital too? What's going on with you, sweetie? If you don't mind saying, let's all send some good energy and healing energy to Pamela. You in the hospital? I know it can get boring in the hospital. I was about to be like, you in the hospital watching YouTube, but it can be so boring in the hospital, like legit boring. Well, you don't have nothing to do. You be wanting to watch YouTube or something. This water is not cold. So today we're going to, let's see, what deck is this? This is the Super Attractor. I haven't used this in this particular deck in a while. Let me see, what does it say about it? Okay, it says, we are thrilled that you opened this deck. It is time to remind you that through love, you can invite in everything you need. When you are faced with challenges, know that you can choose a card and be offered a new plan beyond your own. Allow each affirmation to support and guide you. These messages will help you make joy your priority. Believe in the universe and have faith in the guidance that you receive. Now, let me say this. There is a lot of questions about people who are Christian using cards and believing in the universe and all of that kind of stuff. I am a Christian. I believe in God. When things like that say universe, if you ever hear me say universe, know that I'm referring to God. I know that things don't happen by osmosis. I have a very deep Christian background. I believe in God. I pray. I use these cards as tools to remind us of certain things. This does not replace you talking to God or you having a relationship with God. Just like the cards yesterday were just like, you know, to remind us to be playful, to remind us to be joyful. Sometimes we do need to be reminded of those things, but that does not replace your prayer relationship with God or your relationship with God. I still believe in God. And a lot of people are just so gung ho that you can only be Christian one way. And that's not my thinking. Even though I am, you know, what has been labeled as a baby boomer, and a lot of people feel like baby boomers are, you know, so set in their ways and they don't bend on their belief systems. Maybe because I'm at the tail end. As a matter of fact, I'm the last year, 1964 was the cutoff for baby boomers. My husband was born in 65, so he's not, but I am. So we always, you know, tease each other about that. But maybe because I was born on the tail end of the baby boomers, my belief systems are a lot more bendable. Now, you know, I am incorporating Ifa into my Christian beliefs, and that works for me. Now, that may not work for you. Maybe you want to be Christian, and that is enough. It's not enough for me. I feel like I have to have some type of connection to my ancestors and my culture. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing that. That may not be your culture. It may not be your ancestors. Your ancestors may have been witches. Who knows? Your ancestors may have been Amish or Muslim or Catholic or whatever. So you are connected to who you are, and I'm connected to who I am, and I have my beliefs system, you know, because I'm 57. I have a whole belief system in place now. And Christianity, of course, is basically the foundation because I grew up as a Baptist. So that's where we are with that, just in case people are like, oh my God, she said she's a Christian, but she's talking about the universe. And the people that talk about the universe are these New Age people and they don't believe in God and blah, 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 blah. I just like to, you know, throw a disclaimer out there every now and then because I know that I do have new people who are following, and sometimes you will follow someone, you don't know their story, you haven't went back and looked at any of their older videos and really listened to who they are, so you have no idea who they are, and you just make up in your mind who you want them to be. And 9 times out of 10, who you make up in your mind is not who that person is. If you didn't hear it from that person, don't just assume that, you know, they are a certain way. You have oxygen deprivation. Did you have COVID? How pneumonia or something? How do you get oxygen? It had to have been something with your lungs then, right? Did you unfortunately have COVID? So part of my area went back to the mask mandate the other night. We have not yet, but they are like the county over from us. So I'm expecting it to come back to us also. Because it's like even now when I went to the beauty supply the other day, and this is weird. So I went to the beauty supply and the door was locked. So I'm assuming that the place is closed, even though they had a blinking sign that said open. I didn't know that they had issues with theft. So they locked their doors. You can't come in unless they let you in. So when I saw her walking towards the door, and I was like, oh, do I need a mask? And she was like, oh, no, just, come on in. I said, oh, you guys locked the door? And she was like, yeah, we've had some problems before, so we keep the doors locked. She said, but, when you get ready to go, I'm gonna just flip this switch right here and you can get out. It's not like you're locked in with a key. And I was like, oh, okay, because it was like the first time that I had been to that beauty supply. And almost everybody in there had on a mask. And I was like, why? Why y'all got on a mask? Because, places close to my house, everybody is not, wearing a mask. When the mask mandate was up, I think people were so happy to be able to not wear the mask that they weren't wearing the mask. And now I'm seeing more and more people with the mask on. Oh, you had walking pneumonia? Yeah, I've had that too. Unfortunately, I hope I never get it again. But I have had it. And the weird thing was, I was legitimately shocked when the doctor told me that I had it. I mean, I did have a cough, but I just thought that it was a cold. And he was like, "Oh no, you have walking pneumonia." I was like, "What?" Yeah. And I didn't even feel like it. I like legit not was not feeling sick. Not sick enough to be like you have pneumonia sick, but I did. And I was on antibiotics for a while, and I think that time I had to take a steroid because I do have asthma. And so, anytime you have any type of breathing issues or whatever, when you have um, asthma, they like to give you a steroid. I hate when somebody tell me to go look at something. Okay, let's get started. These are kind of new cards, and I don't feel like fighting them to bend them. So we're going to do a soft shuffle. I don't see it. Oh. Okay. First one. I love the design of these because it kind of reminds me of a Zentangle. I know these are flowers, but it kind of looks like a Zentangle. I don't know if any of you are artists and do the Zentangle. It is a doodling art form that is supposed to help relax the mind. Like because you're doodling the same pattern basically over and over, it produces a zen like state for the mind. This art form is very, very popular. When really get deeply into it, there are some Zentangles that are extremely complicated. And it didn't zen my mind. It brought frustration because I couldn't do it. But if you stick to the easier patterns and you really don't trip, because see, I'm a perfectionist, and if I'm not doing it right, then I get mad at myself. And then the zen goes out the window, but it's the point of really getting your mind to relax and just allow pen to paper. It's really interesting. Hey, Sugar Dumpling, it's a really interesting art form, and this reminds me of it because it just looks like a repetitive pattern all over. So it says, I heal the habit of fear and I embrace the habit of love. And fear is a habit. Fear is something sometimes that is ingrained in us as children. One of my major fears as a child growing up was men, because my mother had told me that men could hurt me, that I had to be careful. And, I know that this was her way of protecting me, but it instilled in me this fear of men because, when you're younger, you don't really understand what you're being protected from. You know, I didn't understand how men could hurt me because I was innocent, so I didn't know anything about sex. I didn't know anything about, you know, touching and stuff like that because, she at first she kept it general when I was young. So this fear started when I was young. I didn't understand all of that, be careful. But then she did start to tell me about the touching and, you know, um, when my body started developing about the touching of your body and, places and all of that kind of stuff. But it still instilled in me a fear of men that was really hard for me to shake. So a lot of our fears and stuff are instilled in us when we're young. And they are definitely hard for us to get rid of if we don't work on it. And fear can tear up a relationship, fear can tear up friendships if we're not careful, if we don't get those fears under control. I have a very strong fear of thunder and lightning. And I always have. As a child, that was another thing. My mother had these country ways where she would cover the TV with a sheet. When it stormed, she would cover the TV, she would cover the mirrors because she said that the mirrors could draw the lightning to you. So she would close the blinds, the curtains, and cover the mirrors with sheets and cover the TV, take the phone off the hook. Anything that could generate electricity would be unplugged. So that instilled this fear of thunder and lightning in me because every time it stormed, my mother would go through. Now, she wasn't scared, but she always wanted to make sure that those, specific things were done. So me watching her do these things instilled this fear in me. And I swear, like, that fear followed me to this day. I don't like thunder and lightning. Now, I'm not as afraid as I was when I was young, because when I was young, I was legit scared. Like, scared, scared. Like, shaking, scared. Like, I'm legitimately more afraid of thunder and lightning than I am earthquakes. I think um, because some people have watched movies, y'all really feel like we have earthquakes in California every day. We don't. We don't have them that often. So, I'm more afraid of thunder and lightning than I am us having an earthquake. Yeah, thunder and lightning mean you had to be quiet. My mama was like, "That's the Lord working. You could shut up and let the Lord work." And I would go to bed and go to sleep. I would get in my, if I could, I probably would have gotten under my bed. But I would legit get in my bed and go to sleep. I wouldn't say shit. But my mom, it was only me and my mother and my cat. And the cat would go up under the bed because she would be, distraught and stuff. And my mama wouldn't talk. She wouldn't do anything. Like legit, she would probably lay down too until the storm passed. The good thing is now it really don't storm that much here in California. Like it don't even rain like it used to when I was a little kid. We legit had winter clothes, rain boots and raincoats and rain hats and all that kind of stuff. You don't need that shit now because what is it, climate change, global warming, all of that kind of stuff. We just don't get that much rain here, and we really do not get that many storms, which is good because I hate it anyway. But yeah, everything was shut down, and that instilled a fear in me. And I don't think my mother wanted it to be fear. I think she wanted it to be reverence. You know, respect this period of time because, thunder and lightning is the Lord. She considered that the Lord speaking. So, be respectful, have reverence during this time. Be quiet. Don't say nothing. Keep your mouth shut. Lay down. Turn off everything. But when I grew up and really realized nothing is going to happen if you leave the curtains open when I realized that was when I got married. And my husband was not the husband that I have now, but my first husband. He was like, nothing's going to happen to you. I grew up in the South too. That's just something that our parents say. You don't have to close the curtains. And I was like, what? You don't do it? And he was like, no, nothing's going to happen to you. The lightning is not going to get you. We're not going to go outside. There's no way that the lightning is going to get you. And one time we were outside. We had went somewhere and it thundered and lightning, and like we were legit walking to the car and it thundered and lightning, and I swear to God, y'all, I almost lost my shit. Just like right there. And he was like, you're okay. See, you're still alive. We're going to get in the car. We're going to go home. The lightning's not going to kill you. So we have those fears. We hold on to fears that we have gathered, collected. Because I used to have a serious fear of the dark. Serious fear. Like I have a lot of just weird fears that just don't make any sense. And there is not like anything has ever happened to me. Nothing has happened to me in the dark. I've never seen the boogeyman. Or did y'all used to do Bloody Mary? I never saw Bloody Mary. Nothing. But I had an extreme irrational fear of the dark. And sometimes I still don't like to really be in the dark. I sleep with a face mask on because I don't want to like wake up in the middle of the night and, look at a dark room and it's shadows or something. So I sleep with a face mask on, and if I, open my eyes when I'm turning over, I won't see anything. But it's just an irrational fear. So it says, I heal the habit of fear and I embrace the habit of love. Love is like that old saying, love conquers all. Everything that we need can be conquered with love. Everything. I used to be afraid of candles and balloons, still have a fear of clowns. I don't understand how people are scared of clowns, though. I have always loved clowns. Even as a little kid, I loved clowns. Now, balloons used to scare me when they were starting to deflate and they would, get wrinkly and distorted. Like, I do still have texture issues. Certain things I don't like to touch. I One thing that I cannot stand is mold on bread. If if by chance I pull a piece of bread out of the package and it has mold on it anywhere, even if I didn't touch it, like the mold is on I picked up this corner of the bread and the mold is over here, I'm still completely freaked out. Like, I have to wash my hands. I have to throw the bread away. I have to wash my hands again. I have to just, okay. The mold was not on you. The mold didn't get on you. You're okay. That's me. But I love candles, and I don't have a fear of balloons anymore. So, our number one keyword for tonight is love. And I will put these on the community tab so that you guys can see them. So, this one says, wanting more for others puts me into an energy of abundance. And sometimes we do have to be reminded that grinding for ourselves. When I hear people say, I'm grinding now, I can sleep when I'm dead, or I'm out here chasing this money, I got to get this money, like their whole mentality is chasing money and grinding and getting money and stuff, that's always a red flag for me. Because is your whole life about money? Because are you taking time for other people? What are you doing? And is all of the money that you are grinding for, are you helping anybody else with that? Or is it just your life? You're the only person that you care about. And most people who have that grind mentality are extremely selfish. They're very selfish people. All they talk about is self. Like, when I used to watch Peach McIntyre here on YouTube, but her, and I'm pretty sure she's just doing this to get views. But her whole thing is, I'm a six-figure content creator. I'm doing this to make this money for me and my family. I want my family to have generational wealth. I'm making this money. And just like her whole entire thought process and everything that she pushes out is about making money. And if you allow money to be the driving force of your life, your end all and be all is making money, eventually it's going to stop. Because it's bigger than that. I want other people to be happy. When I pray, I don't just pray for myself. My prayers are not just for myself and my family. My prayer is for the world. I don't stop on the street that I live on. Because how selfish is that? for me to be rich and for me to drive a Tesla, and everybody else in the world is living in tents. And here I am in this beautiful Tesla driving down the street, driving past, everybody else in homeless encampments. No, I'm praying for everybody. I want everybody. I've never had that mentality that I want to be the only person rich. I want everybody to be comfortable. And that's the only way that you will bring things to yourself. You will bring abundance to yourself is when you are willing to give to others. You are willing to pray with others. You are willing to pray for others. That's what brings abundance to you. And we look at people and we say, well, I'm pretty sure that person driving that Tesla ain't out here praying for everybody. But who's to say that that person driving that Tesla is as happy as you? They could be miserable, but they have a nice car. Don't look at other people and think just because they're wearing Gucci or, whatever is the style and they're driving a Tesla or a Maybach or a Mercedes or whatever. Don't think that they're happier than you. Look at most celebrities, especially the majority of these younger celebrities, they always doing something. Look at Michael B. Jordan. I was really rooting for them. I was rooting for Michael B. Jordan and who was the girl? Lori Harvey, Steve Harvey's daughter. Now they didn't broke up. Now Michael B. Jordan is the sexiest man alive. What magazine does it? It's not Time magazine, is it? Life magazine. One of these magazines, child. Michael B. Jordan is the sexiest man alive. But he can't even stay in a relationship. The sexiest. Okay, I don't want to do that though. Why do you keep trying to force me to do that? The sexiest man alive. And let me see. People magazine. People magazine has voted him the sexiest man alive. One thing I'm happy for is that black men are finally being represented, because normally these magazines, when they pick the sexiest man alive, it is always a white man. So I am happy that they're finally finding some black men who are attractive, because all black women don't, there are some of us who legitimately don't find white men attractive. We want to see some black men on these covers. So he is on the cover, and him and his girlfriend broke up, and I was really rooting for them. But just because you have money does not mean you're happy. Does not mean you are in a, positive, non-toxic relationship. A lot of these celebrities are in very toxic relationships. And for a lot of them, I believe it's because they're chasing the wrong thing. They don't have any spiritual connection. They're not grounded. They're all over the place. All over the place. So they don't have anything that, holds them down or grounds them. And they are out here searching for money. Everybody wants to move to LA so they can become a star and become rich. But you got to put out some love energy for other people for that type of abundance to come back to you. And if you're not doing that, it ain't gonna happen. The cards just said it. The more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. And if you are a Christian, you can say, the more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more God will deliver. The Bible speaks on being grateful all the time, being grateful for everything, whatever stage of life you are in. You may not be in the 3 bedroom apartment with a deck or patio or, clubhouse or pool. You may just be in a modest 1 bedroom, a walk up, don't even have an elevator. You barely have a place to park your car. But you have to show God that you are grateful for that. Because it could be worse. You could be in a tent. God wants to see how you're going to act with the things that He gives you. How's she going to act if I just give her a Toyota? Is she going to be grateful? Is she going to take care of it? Is she going to go and get the oil changed and the tires rotated and all of the things that she's supposed to do? So when I give her a Mercedes or a BMW, she knows how to act. Is she going to be grateful, or is she going to be grumbling like, this ain't the car I wanted? I don't know why God won't bless me with a BMW. You have to be grateful where you are. Yeah, I mean, sun drop. There, unfortunately, are a lot of people now who are living in their cars, who are living in vans, who are living in RVs. Some people are doing it by choice. They want to do it so that they can travel and see the world, and that's really their thing. But there are some people who, because of the direction that the economy is going right now, some people are being forced out of their places. They can't find a house or an apartment and stuff like we are now. We're just very blessed that um we can stay with our in-laws until we find a house. But we're looking. We're in the process of trying to buy a house. And there have been so many times because we downsized from a 3 bedroom townhouse to where we are now. I mean, even though this house is much bigger, our space that we had, of course, is downsized. Um, but I have had to talk to myself many a day and be like, okay, Lashana, there are so many people that would die to, be here. Like, the views from this house are gorgeous. The backyard is gorgeous. Gizmo has a space where he can run around and play. And, I can sit and watch the water. If I want to get closer, it's only 3 block, maybe 2 or 3 blocks, 3 blocks, I think, walk to the water. So I have no reason to complain. But sometimes I have to remind myself that I have no reason to complain. And remind myself of, to be grateful. Because when you show God that you are sincerely grateful, He will continue to bless you. When you show Him that you are grateful for the spot that you are in, He will then, he or she, whichever way you want to go, will open up more doors for you. So we have appreciation, or you can say being grateful, abundance, and love. That is the three key words for the night. Appreciation, abundance, and love. If you're keeping a journal, these would the words for tonight would be, very good to put into your journal. Or if you're one of those people like myself who like to, put little sticky notes up, I would, put appreciation on one little sticky note. On the next one, I would put abundance. And then on the next one, I would put love, and put it somewhere where I would see it, so that those things, sink more into my spirit. It's okay to sit and listen to me talk and take in these readings, but these things you should get to the point where you start to practice them, like really put them in your life, because I'm not just here to entertain you. Like, I'm really trying to help you to look at things differently, and to open your spirit, your mind, and your perspective, so that you can live a more balanced and harmonious life. Because no one wants to live this life being mad and grumpy and angry. And I have seen one thing that I have noticed about YouTube is there are a lot of angry people on this planet. Now, there are a lot of things to be angry about, but you can't live your life in a state of anger. You can't just be angry every day. Like, there has to be some days when, you're feeling good, you are feeling appreciative, you are sending out that love energy, you're vibrating very high. Like, if you're angry all the time and frustrated all the time, you're vibrating on a very low vibration. That, you're not going to get that love energy, because you have an angry force field around you, and that's not what you want. You can't receive love. You can't be out here saying, I want somebody to love me, and every time you go somewhere you cuss out everybody you see, and then you go home and wonder, how come don't nobody never speak to me? How come don't nobody never ask me for my phone number? Because you walking around like you ready to hurt everybody. People are scared of you, or they feel your negative energy. They see you coming. They don't want to talk to you. So if you want to, vibrate with that love energy, then you got to cut out that anger and frustration and stuff, because those two things don't vibe together. Today was an angry day. It's okay for you to have a day, or a couple of hours or something. Like, I wouldn't wallow in anger all day. I'm going to try to figure out why I'm angry, what happened. Is it a problem that can be solved? How can I solve it? Do I need someone else to help me? Or what? Do I have someone I can call and say, hey girl, this is what's going, can you listen to what's going on with me and maybe help me find a solution? But if you're just going to sit there all day and be mad and hate the world, and that's not helping you. It's not doing anything but, lowering your vibration, causing you to have a migraine, high blood pressure, headache, you know, lower or raise your blood sugar, raise your cortisol levels, your stress hormones, and all of that kind of stuff. Then that triggers you to eat stuff that you shouldn't be eating, and then you get fat. I know, because I've been there. I always try to find something to laugh at in those angry or down moments. Once I can laugh, I'm calm enough to make my next move to fix things. Me too. I try to do something. Or, I'll play with Gizmo and then he will always do something weird or funny. And, he'll kind of bring me out of that state. But it's very, very rare that I will get mad and legit stay mad all day. Now, if my feelings are hurt, that's different. But just flat out mad, I'm just mad all day. No, because usually if someone makes me mad, I'm really trying to figure out a way to fix it. And all the times, my way to fix it is probably not the best way, but I'm going to think of something. I'm going to try to fix it. So I'm not really one of those people that just flat out stays mad, like madman for long periods of time. But my feelings do get hurt easy. Like I'm really soft hearted. You filmed a video? Is it on your channel? Cause I'm gonna watch it. So we got appreciation, abundance, and love. I think that's all we're gonna do for tonight. That's enough. That is three really good, solid concepts. Love, I'm always down for that. I'm a Leo. Leos are, really loving people, even though we get the stereotype that, we're aggressive. I love hard. I'm always here to, try to make somebody feel better or try to do something nice for someone. And I'm always going to try to give you love before I give you anything else. Now, I may be honest with you and you think that I'm being hard on you, or, sometimes, like people say, the truth hurt and it's a little hard to stomach. But even that I do in love. It's not like I'm doing it to hurt your feelings, but I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff either. When I'm telling you something that I know can help you, I'm gonna give it to you real, but I'm still giving it to you in love. I pray everything goes well. Sending you love and energy. Storms always have an end, and the end may be, destructive, like tornadoes and hurricanes and floods and stuff, but they have an end. Now, there may be some things that happen before you get to an end, but there is going to be an end. Just like there will be an end to storms, there will be an end to crazy things that are going on in your life. Your life is not going to stay crazy and hectic. But while you're going through that crazy, hectic stage, you feel like it's never going to end, but it will. It will. And sometimes you have to get off that ride. Sometimes your life is crazy and hectic. You got on that roller coaster. You got on that roller coaster to crazy town. And somebody probably told you not to, but you didn't listen. You did not listen. You got on that roller coaster and now you are just riding all the way to crazy town. And at any point, you could get off. But you choose not to. So some things that happen in our life are because of decisions that we've made. We stop we block love. We block abundance. We block, being grateful and appreciative for things. So we have to start looking at the part that we play in our life. It's not always what other people have done to us. Some of that stuff is what we have done to ourselves. And until we take accountability of those things, we won't move and grow the way we're supposed to. Okay, well, when you edit it, let me know so I can check it out because I most definitely will watch it. So that's it, y'all. Appreciation, abundance, and love. Write those words down. I'm going to post them on the community tab. And like I said earlier, if I don't see you guys tomorrow, unfortunately, child, I'm probably in the hospital. But I will let you know. I will put something on the community tab and let you guys know. So that's it. I'm going to go and rest now because I do have to get up early in the morning because I hate going to the lab and it's a long wait. So I try to be there when the lab opens, and I think it opens at 8:30. And I want to be there, not 9 o'clock. I want to be there at 8:30 because if you get there by 9:30, it's a long line. So I will see you guys later. I will talk to you guys later. I love you and I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much to everyone who have sold into this channel. I appreciate your donations. I love you guys and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.